There's something nobody warns you about when you get older. You can be doing all the right things, taking your vitamins, eating your vegetables, staying active, and still, you might feel your legs slowly giving out on you. Not overnight. Not all at once. It's a slow drip. One morning you realize standing up from your favorite chair takes a little more effort. Climbing a flight of stairs leaves you breathing heavier than it used to. Carrying groceries feels like you're hauling sacks of concrete. At first you brush it off. I'm just tired. Maybe the weather's getting to me. But deep down you know something isn't right. I found myself there not too long ago. I'd always been strong. I grew up on a farm, tossing hay bales before breakfast, walking miles without thinking twice. My legs had carried me through every season of life, through jobs, through raising a family, through adventures and heartbreaks and celebrations. They were my foundation, and then slowly they weren't. I didn't have an injury, I didn't have a diagnosis. It just felt like the power was draining away and I couldn't figure out why. Until one day a stumble outside my back porch made me sit down and face it. I needed answers. So I started digging, asking questions, reading studies, talking to doctors, and what I found stunned me. It wasn't just time or age wearing my strength down. It was something hidden, something most of us trust without a second thought. Supplements. Those little bottles lined up neatly on our kitchen counters. The ones we take with our morning coffee, thinking we're helping ourselves. Turns out, a few common supplements, taken the wrong way or without the right balance, can quietly rob you of your strength. Especially the strength you need most, the strength in your legs that keeps you independent, steady, and free. Nobody told me this. And my guess is nobody told you either. Today, I want to change that. Because you deserve to know what's really happening inside your body. You deserve to keep walking with confidence. You deserve to hold onto your freedom as long as you possibly can. In a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about two of the biggest culprits. Two supplements that, if not handled carefully, can quietly drain your leg power after 60. I'll explain how they work, the warning signs you need to watch for, and most importantly, what you can start doing today to stay strong. This isn't about fear, it's about power. Your power to make choices that protect the life you still have ahead of you. I won't give you complicated science lessons. I won't overwhelm you with medical jargon. Just simple, honest truth. Truth that could make the difference between years of steady walking or struggling when you need your legs the most. Because here's what I know for certain. Your best years don't have to be behind you. Your body can still be strong, still be capable, still carry you where you want to go. You just need the right knowledge and a little bit of fight left in your spirit. So if you're ready, let's walk this path together. Let's uncover what's been hiding in plain sight. Let's take back your strength, one step at a time. Have you ever wondered if the pills sitting in your cabinet might be doing more harm than good? We trust supplements to keep us strong, especially as we get older. We pop those little tablets each morning, thinking they're helping us. But what if some of them are quietly stealing away the very thing we need most, our leg strength? I learned this lesson the hard way. A few years back, I started feeling more tired when I walked. Not just regular tired, a heavy, dragging kind of tired. Like my legs were two sandbags tied to my hips. It wasn't painful at first. It was subtle, easy to brush off. It's just getting older, I told myself. But it got worse. Steps I used to climb without thinking started feeling like mountains. I stumbled once, catching myself just in time. That stumble scared me more than I wanted to admit. Turns out I wasn't just getting old. I was losing something much more dangerous, my leg strength. Most folks don't realize how important strong legs are after 60. Your legs are your foundation. They're what keep you steady when you get out of bed. What catch you if you trip on a rug. What hold you upright when you carry groceries from the car. When your legs weaken, you don't just move slower, you risk falling. And falls at our age aren't just bumps and bruises. They can change your life overnight. But it doesn't happen all at once. It creeps up little by little. Until one day you realize you avoid stairs, you park closer to the door, you get winded walking across a parking lot. The real kicker, some of the things we take to stay healthy can actually speed up that loss if we're not careful. Most people think supplements are harmless, but they can backfire, especially if you take them without knowing what's really happening inside your body. You see, the body works like a delicate machine. Every vitamin, every mineral, every little chemical inside you has to stay in balance. Too much of one thing throws the others out of whack. And when that balance tips, muscles suffer, including the ones we depend on the most. Now, I'm not saying all supplements are bad, some are life-saving. But the wrong supplement or the wrong dose can drain your strength drop by drop. I didn't know that at first. I thought more was better. More calcium, more vitamins, more healthy pills. But more isn't always better. Sometimes more is dangerous. I started reading. I started asking questions. I started connecting the dots between what I was putting in my body and why my legs felt like they were turning to lead. And what I found shocked me. There were two common supplements, ones many seniors take every day, that were quietly draining my power. I'm going to share those with you today, not to scare you, but to arm you with knowledge, so you can stay strong, steady, and independent for years to come. Because losing your leg strength isn't inevitable, it's preventable. You just have to know where the hidden dangers lie. The first thing I found might surprise you. It surprised me. Calcium, you hear it everywhere. Take your calcium. Doctors say it, TV commercials say it, articles say it. Especially for us older folks, it's drilled into our heads. Strong bones, they say. Protect yourself from fractures, they say. And they're not wrong, in part. But here's what no one tells you. Too much calcium, especially from supplements, can start causing problems you never signed up for. You see, your body needs a balance between calcium and magnesium. They work together like two gears in a well-oiled machine. Calcium tightens muscles. Magnesium relaxes them. When you flood your system with calcium but don't have enough magnesium to balance it out, your muscles, including your leg muscles, can start to cramp, tighten, weaken. Over time, that leads to heavy, stiff legs, a sluggish feeling in your thighs, cramps that wake you up in the middle of the night, and a loss of the steady strength you used to count on without even thinking. I had all those symptoms, and I blamed everything else but the little white calcium pills in my cabinet. Now, don't get me wrong. Calcium is essential. Without it, bones can become brittle, but too much can turn into a hidden enemy, especially if you're not also getting enough magnesium, potassium, and vitamin D3 to keep everything balanced. Here's what you need to know if you're taking calcium supplements. Know your dosage. Many people take more calcium than they actually need because they're combining a multivitamin with extra calcium pills and calcium-fortified foods. Check your magnesium intake. Magnesium helps your muscles relax and plays a huge role in keeping your legs strong and flexible. Watch for warning signs. Cramps, muscle twitches, stiff legs, and feelings of heaviness when walking are all red flags your balance might be off. Talk to your doctor. Always. Get a blood test if you're not sure about your calcium or magnesium levels. Back when I first started learning about this, I adjusted my supplements. I cut back on the calcium, added more magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, and beans. I even started using a magnesium spray on my legs at night. Within weeks, I felt a difference. Walking felt lighter. Stairs felt easier. I wasn't waking up with painful cramps anymore. It's not magic. It's just knowing that our bodies need a delicate balance and respecting that balance instead of flooding it with what the TV commercials tell us to take. You see, the body whispers before it screams. When my legs first started feeling heavy, that was a whisper. If I hadn't listened, I might have faced a scream in the form of a fall, a fracture, a hospital bed. I don't share this to scare you. I share it because knowledge is power, and your legs are too important to lose to a simple misunderstanding. Now, that's just the first supplement that caught me off guard. The second one. That one's even trickier, because it hides inside another little white pill that millions of seniors take every day, thinking it's helping them live longer. But without the right backup, it can chip away at your strength bit by bit. Let's talk about that next. The second hidden danger wasn't something I would have guessed in a million years. It's not even a supplement by itself. It's what happens when a supplement doesn't keep up with what your body needs after you start a very common medication. I'm talking about statins, those little pills that lower cholesterol. Now, let's be clear, statins can save lives. They reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Many doctors prescribe them to people once they hit their 60s. But there's a catch they don't always warn you about. Statins lower cholesterol, yes, but they also lower something else you need just as badly. Coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10 for short. CoQ10 is like the fuel that powers your muscles, including your heart. Your body makes it naturally, but statins quietly shut down part of the factory that makes CoQ10. Without enough CoQ10, your muscles don't have the energy they need. They get tired faster, they get sore more easily, and over time they can weaken, especially the big muscles in your legs. It's not dramatic at first. It's not like you're going to fall down overnight. It's slow, subtle. One day you notice your morning walks feel harder, then you realize you're pushing up from your chair with your hands instead of your legs. Then you're reaching for the railing on the stairs more often. At first, I thought it was just another part of getting older. But inside, my body was quietly running out of fuel. Now, some smart folks figured this out years ago. That's why many doctors recommend taking CoQ10 supplements if you're on statins. Problem solved, right? Not quite. Because not all CoQ10 supplements are created equal. The cheap ones, the bargain brands you find stacked up at discount stores, often don't absorb well into your bloodstream. They pass right through you without doing much good. And if you're not absorbing it properly, your muscles are still starving. Here's what I learned about CoQ10. Quality matters. Look for ubiquinol forms of CoQ10, not just ubiquinone. Ubiquinol is the active form your body can use right away. Dose matters. A tiny 30 mg pill might not cut it if you're on statins. Some people need 100 mg or more a day. Always check with your doctor, but don't assume any amount is enough. Timing matters. CoQ10 is fat-soluble. That means it absorbs better when taken with a meal that includes healthy fat, like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. When I switched to a higher quality CoQ10 and started taking it properly, it was like someone slowly turned the lights back on in my body. The dragging feeling in my legs eased up. I had more energy to walk, to garden, to play with my grandkids. It didn't happen overnight, but little by little I felt like myself again. If you're taking a statin, or if someone you love is, this is something you can't afford to ignore. Because losing strength isn't just an inconvenience. It's your independence. It's your freedom. It's your ability to live life on your own terms. And all it might take to protect it is getting the right support for your muscles. When I think about it, it still makes me shake my head. All those years, popping a cholesterol pill every morning, thinking I was doing everything right. Meanwhile, my muscles were quietly waving a white flag. But knowledge is power. And once you know better, you can do better. If you're feeling more tired lately, if your legs are feeling heavier, if you're struggling to get up from chairs, or climbing stairs feels like a battle, it's worth looking into. Don't just blame getting older. Sometimes it's what we don't know that's hurting us most. And sometimes the answer is right there, hidden in plain sight. But don't worry, we're not stopping here. Next, I want to show you some simple signs that your supplements, whether it's calcium, statins, CoQ10, or anything else, might actually be doing more harm than good. Signs you can spot early before a stumble or a serious fall wakes you up the hard way. Because protecting your strength doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be conscious. Let's talk about those signs next. Sometimes your body tries to tell you when something isn't right. The trick is learning to listen before the whispers turn into shouts. When supplements start causing trouble, whether it's too much calcium throwing off your muscle balance or low CoQ10 draining your energy, your body sends signals. Subtle at first, then louder if you ignore them. I wish someone had told me what signs to watch for. It would have saved me months of frustration and worry. So today, I want to share them with you. Here are 4 key signs that your supplements might be doing more harm than good. Frequent leg cramps or twitching. A healthy muscle should contract and relax easily. If you're waking up at night with your calf knotted like a fist, or if you're getting strange twitches in your thighs when you're just sitting watching TV, that's your muscles crying out for help. Too much calcium without enough magnesium can cause cramping. Low CoQ10 can also mess with how your muscles use energy, leading to spasms and weakness. Feeling heavy or sluggish when walking. This one creeps up so slowly you might not even notice it until you really stop and think. Walking used to feel easy. Now it feels like dragging weights around. You're not necessarily out of breath. Your legs just feel tired, heavy, slow. It's not just getting older. It can be your muscles struggling without the proper balance they need to function. New balance problems or stumbling. If you're catching yourself on door frames, reaching for handrails you never used before, or feeling wobbly when you stand up too fast, pay attention. Balance problems aren't just about your ears or your eyes. Your legs are your shock absorbers, your stabilizers. When they weaken, everything else gets shaky too. It's a warning sign you should never ignore. Fatigue after short periods of standing. If you can't stand in line at the grocery store without needing to shift your weight, sit down, or lean on the cart. If cooking dinner leaves your legs trembling. If standing and talking to a neighbor leaves you feeling drained. These are all signs. Your muscles aren't holding you up the way they should. And it's often connected to nutrient imbalances that come from the very pills we thought were helping us. Now, I'm not saying every cramp or stumble means your supplements are to blame. There are many things that can affect muscle strength. But if you're experiencing more than one of these signs, and you're taking calcium, statins, or other medications and vitamins regularly, it's worth a closer look. One thing I learned: your body is always talking to you. You just have to listen with the right ears. Back when I was feeling the worst, heavy legs, clumsy steps, aching after a simple trip to the mailbox, I finally sat down and wrote everything out. Every symptom, every pill I was taking, every little change I had noticed. And when I laid it all out in front of my doctor, it was like shining a flashlight into a dark room. We adjusted my calcium. We improved my CoQ10. We rebalanced things, and slowly the heaviness started lifting. The stumbles got fewer, the cramps quieted down, the strength in my legs started coming back. Was it a miracle? No. It was simple, careful attention to what my body had been trying to say all along. If you're nodding your head right now, thinking, yeah, that's me, don't wait, don't brush it off. Don't assume it's just old age. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to move with confidence. And sometimes, it starts with taking a good, honest look at the things we're swallowing every morning without a second thought. Next, I'll walk you through what you can start doing today to protect your strength. Simple, powerful steps that don't cost much but can change everything. Because it's never too late to listen to your body and give it what it truly needs. If you're serious about keeping your legs strong and your body steady, there are a few simple steps you can take starting today. You don't need to buy fancy equipment or spend hours at the gym. You just need to make a few smart changes that respect the way your body works now. The first step is to talk to your doctor before starting or continuing any supplement long-term. I know sometimes it feels like just popping a few extra vitamins is harmless, but your body is a delicate balance. What worked for you at 50 might not be right for you at 70. Your doctor can help you test for things like calcium, magnesium, and CoQ10 levels, and they can help you figure out if what you're taking is helping or hurting. Second, focus on getting as many nutrients as possible from real food. Supplements can be helpful when there's a true deficiency, but nature always knew what she was doing. Eat foods rich in magnesium like leafy greens such as spinach and kale, nuts and seeds, especially almonds and pumpkin seeds, whole grains like brown rice and oats, fish like salmon and mackerel. These foods don't just give you magnesium. They come packed with other minerals, vitamins, and fiber that help your body use them properly. Same goes for CoQ10. You can find small amounts naturally in organ meats like liver and kidney, fatty fish like sardines, mackerel, and trout, beef, pork, and chicken. Food-based nutrients tend to absorb better and work more smoothly in your system. Third, if you do need supplements, choose quality over quantity. Don't grab the cheapest bottle on the shelf. Look for brands that are tested for purity. For CoQ10, like I said before, make sure you get the ubiquinol form if possible, and take it with food that contains fat. If you're still taking a calcium supplement, ask your doctor if you need it. And if you do, make sure you're balancing it with magnesium and vitamin D3. Fourth, move your legs every day. Movement is medicine. You don't need to run marathons, you don't even need to jog. But you do need to send the message to your legs that you still need them. Simple exercises like walking around the block, marching in place during commercial breaks, standing calf raises while brushing your teeth, gentle squats holding onto the back of a sturdy chair. These little actions done daily add up. They tell your muscles to stay awake, stay ready, stay strong. Fifth, stay aware of small changes. If you notice you're getting slower, more tired, more unsteady, don't brush it off. Listen, adjust, talk to your doctor, review your medications and supplements. You have more control than you think. When I finally got serious about these small changes, it felt like turning a rusty crank that had been stuck for years. At first, the changes were tiny. I could get up from my chair without leaning so hard on the arms. I could climb the front steps without stopping halfway. Then one day I realized I had walked through the whole grocery store without even thinking about my legs. Just walking, moving, living. That's the freedom we all want. And it's possible. The world around us will tell us that getting older means slowing down, getting weaker, becoming fragile. But that's not the full story. Our bodies are capable of amazing things, even at 70, even at 80, even beyond. If we listen, if we nourish them properly, and if we keep moving forward. Strength after 60 isn't just a physical thing. It's a mindset. It's the decision to care for ourselves, to stay curious about our health, and to never, ever give up on the life we still have ahead of us. And it starts with simple choices, made every single day. Next, I'll share a few final thoughts to bring everything we've talked about today together. Because this isn't just about supplements or muscles. It's about protecting your independence, your confidence, your spirit. And you have the power to do exactly that. You've made it this far with me, and that means something. It means you're serious about taking control of your health, about guarding your strength, about living fully, not just existing. That's no small thing. Too many people give up too soon. They hear the ticking clock of age and decide it's time to sit back, to shrink, to accept weakness as their new normal. But not you. You're still fighting for your best life. And that spirit, that spark inside you, it's more powerful than any pill or potion on a store shelf. Today we talked about the hidden dangers in the very supplements that were supposed to help us: calcium overuse throwing off our muscle balance, statins quietly draining our CoQ10, and the slow, silent weakening that can follow. We talked about the early warning signs your body sends you: the cramps, the heavy legs, the loss of balance, the fatigue that whispers something isn't right. And we talked about simple, powerful steps you can take to fight back: smart choices, good food, movement, listening closely to the body that has carried you this far. The truth is, your body still wants to be strong. It wants to move. It wants to live. You just have to meet it halfway. You don't have to be a superhero. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to show up for yourself a little bit more every day. Stretch those legs. Feed them real, nourishing food. Move with purpose, even if it's just around your living room. Ask good questions about your health care, about your medications, about your supplements. Stay curious. Stay fierce. Because strength after 60 and 70 and 80 isn't about denying that you're aging. It's about honoring the life in you that refuses to quit. It's about protecting your freedom. Your ability to walk into your own kitchen, to hug your grandchildren, to sit on a sunny porch and rise up again without help. Independence is built one step at a time, and every step you take today makes tomorrow a little brighter. You have the power, not the commercials, not the bottles lining the pharmacy shelves, not the whispers of doubt in your mind. You. Your choices, your courage, your stubborn, beautiful refusal to give up. So if no one's told you today, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're still fighting for your strength. I'm proud that you're asking questions, learning, growing. And I'm proud that you're walking, one steady, determined step at a time, toward a future that is still full of life, laughter, and light. Stay strong, my friend. Your best days aren't behind you. They're still out there, waiting for you to claim them.